Hey guys, it's Chase and London's here with me. We're going to be doing our NFL picks of the week. What we're going to do is pick a game of the week. Like we're going to pick Pittsburgh at Denver, and we're just going to have Madden sim it and just talk over the gameplay and give you our picks for the week. So let's go ahead and get started with the Giants and the Cowboys. I'm of course going to be taking Dallas. I think that they're going to upset the Giants week one, so that's my pick. What about you?
Well, the Giants are Super Bowl champions, and the Cowboys are a good team, and they're going to have a great year. I just don't have them starting off with a win against the Giants, and that's pretty much my pick.
All right. Next, we have the Colts traveling to Chicago. This is Luck's first game. I think in the end, when it's all said and done, the Bears D will suffocate him and just take the win. What about you?
Yeah, the Colts are going to be good with Andrew Luck, but it's going to take some time for the team to get back to being a legit contender. And the Bears have the better all around team right now, so I'm picking them in this game.
All right, next we have Philadelphia and Cleveland. I like what Cleveland's doing, but right now Philly is still too strong on both sides of the ball. I don't see the Browns not going to be able to do anything against them, so I'm taking Philly.
Yeah, the Browns had a great draft class in acquiring Trent Richardson and the starting quarterback in Brandon Weeden. And they're going to be great together, but the Eagles will win just as long as Michael Vick doesn't get injured again.
Next, we have St. Louis at Detroit. Not much to say about this one. I think Stafford will pick off right where he left off last year and continue to throw touchdowns to the Madden cover boy, Calvin. So I'm taking the Lions.
Yeah, the Lions have Calvin Johnson and Matthew Stafford, so that's pretty much all I have to say about this game.
Miami at Houston. The Texans D, I mean, it's going to be so much for the young Ryan Tannehill. I see him just making so many mistakes against the Houston's defense. Arian Foster is just going to run all over the Miami's defense, so I'm taking Houston.
Yeah, Houston's defense is going to be too much for Ryan Tannehill to work with. I mean, like you said, he's going to make a lot of errors and mistakes in this game, so the Texans are going to win.
Atlanta at Kansas City. Now this one's going to be a pretty good game in my eyes. This is the year for Matty Ice. He needs to take the Falcons all the way finally. He needs to take them deep in the playoffs if they want to continue on. But Kansas City finally has all their starters healthy, and they're going to be a contender this year in the division. So I don't see Kansas City losing at home though. So I'm taking Kansas City.
All right, well, the Chiefs went 7-9 last season and missed the playoffs, and of course, everybody knows the Falcons went 10-6, losing to the eventual Super Bowl champion Giant. And they also have a great duo in Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, so I'm picking the Falcons to win.
Next, we have Jacksonville at Minnesota. Now, both teams don't have a reliable quarterback in my eyes, Blaine Gabbert and Christian Ponder. I see a lot of them turning the ball over to both defenses. So pretty much I think whoever wins this game is whoever gets that last turnover. So I'm taking Minnesota at home.
All right, well, really, if you look at it, the Vikings have sort of been on a downward spiral since losing to the Saints in the '09 NFC Championship game. But they're going to be facing the Jaguars, who will finally be getting Maurice Jones-Drew back. Although he is not going to be starting in this game, I think it's going to be a slow-paced game. And in the end, I have the Vikings starting the season off with a win and maybe turning things around.
Next, we have Washington at New Orleans. Well, this is RG3's first game to shine. It's going to be a big one. But, with the whole bounty thing going down in New Orleans, I see a lot of the players in New Orleans maybe having their, they're not focusing on the game a lot. But I do see Drew Brees coming through. And, I mean, if it does get close, Drew Brees will score enough points to win. And it's at home, so they're not going to lose at home. So, in the end, I'm taking Drew Brees and the Saints.
All right, well, if you flip it, I pretty much have some of the same things to say. I mean, it's Robert Griffin III's first regular season game. The Saints don't have Sean Payton, and a lot of the players might have their minds set on different things. And I think that's really going to allow the Redskins in the end to take the victory.
Next, we have Buffalo at New York Jets. I don't know what to say about the Jets. I don't think they stand a chance this game, in my eyes. Let alone the whole preseason with their quarterback. Excuse me, the whole quarterback situation. Both him, Sanchez, and Tebow looked very bad. I don't see them, doing much of a change. So I'm pretty much taking Buffalo, walking out with an easy victory.
All right, well, I have the Jets in this game. I mean, they're going to be starting Mark Sanchez at quarterback, and Tim Tebow is pretty much just going to come into the game when they're in the red zone to get into the end zone. The Buffalo Bills, I think they're going to be playing another season similar to 2011 when they went 6-10, and I have the Jets starting this season with a win.
Next, we have New England at Tennessee. This is going to be Jake Locker's start against a really good Tom Brady team. I mean, at least offensive wise. I see Locker hanging in there for a little bit, just until Brady gets warmed up. The Titans might have had a chance with Kenny Britt if he was in here, but he's suspended for one game. But I'm going to be taking the high-powered Patriots in this one.
Yeah, I mean, Jack Locker is going to have a good game to start off with. And like you say, Kenny Britt suspended, so they're going to have Kendall Wright and Nate Washington starting in this game. New England has a horrible passing defense, but their passing offense makes up for it in a huge way. I think Tennessee's young secondary might be good down the road, but right now they're still learning with each other and have to go against one of the best passing attacks in the Patriots. So I'm going to go with Tom Brady and the Patriots in this game.
Next, we have Seattle at Arizona. We got Russell Wilson and John Skelton starting for both teams. Just like the earlier game, I see both quarterbacks making tons of mistakes, but the Cardinals' defense and special teams will come out on top with Patrick Peterson. I think he's going to have a big game, so I'm taking the Cardinals at home.
All right, well, the Seahawks are having to go to Arizona to play what I think will be a great Arizona Cardinals team. The Seahawks have Russell Wilson starting, who in this game I think is going to be the better quarterback. But Arizona's defense is going to be too much to overcome, and I have the Cardinals winning their season opener.
Next is San Francisco at the Green Bay Packers. This is going to be a really good game. It's the game that everyone wanted to see last year in the playoffs, but it didn't happen. But we're seeing it on opening day. Both QBs are going to be coming out slinging the ball everywhere, and I think it might be a shootout. I mean, playing in Green Bay, if it's going to be a shootout, I gotta take Aaron Rodgers and the Packers.
Yeah, the 49ers are going to Green Bay to play what I think will be one of the best games this week, and I think when it's all said and done that Aaron Rodgers and company walk away with a victory.
Next, we have Carolina traveling to Tampa Bay. Here comes Cam. I don't think Cam will have close to the year that he had last year. I mean, a lot of people say he will, but I don't think he will. Hopefully the weapons that Tampa Bay got Freeman will help him out a lot. I mean, he needed a lot of help, and he got Vincent Jackson for one, so that's going to help give him a target to throw to. So I'm going to be taking Tampa.
All right, well, I got a different view on this game a little bit, so I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are starting this season. Of course, they're going to be playing against Cam Newton, who's coming off of a phenomenal rookie season last year. And, I mean, I really believe he's going to have some more of that Cam juice, and he's going to continue to shine this year in the NFL, and the Panthers are going to win this game.
Alright, next is our game of the week that we picked, Pittsburgh traveling to Denver. This is a big rematch from last year's playoff game, but with a different quarterback for the one team. But this time, he's going to be playing against Peyton Manning, and that defense is still very well healthy and ready to go. I see Peyton coming out and throwing, a couple good passes, but I think he's going to make a late mistake towards the end of the game to show that he still has some rust. So I'm seeing Ben taking advantage and taking the win on opening night. I'm going with the Steelers.
Okay, Peyton Manning starts his Broncos era in Denver against the Steelers. I think this is going to be a really good game, and the Steelers are going to put up a fight, but in the end, I think the Broncos are going to pull away with a victory.
All right, next we have Cincinnati traveling to Baltimore. Monday Night Football. It's going to be a big game. Very competitive within the division. I see Dalton and AJ Green continuing their skills together. I think they're going to keep on hooking up. But then I see Flacco improving somewhat this year and trying to take the Ravens to the next step, seeing as it might be Ray Lewis's and Ed Reed's last year. So I think they're going to steal the first game of the year, so I'm taking Baltimore.
Yeah, I mean, it's Monday night in Baltimore, and Joe Flacco and Ray Lewis are both ready to play some football. Andy Dalton is going to be starting for the Bengals, and they have a great wide receiver that they acquired in A.J. Green from the draft. I think the Ravens are going to be the better team and get the victory, and this season A.J. Green is going to shine a little bit better than he did last year.
All right, now the last game on the schedule is the doubleheader on Monday night is San Diego at Oakland. Phillip Rivers, he has lost a lot of weapons this past offseason, including Vincent Jackson. Playing an improved Oakland team, I think it may be too much for him. That defense seems to be playing pretty well. With Carson Palmer having a whole offseason to help the receivers and, learn the playbook. I just see the Chargers not coming out of the black hole alive, so I'm taking the Raiders in this one on opening night.
I believe the Raiders are going to go out in Oakland. I mean, it's first game of the season. It's on Monday night. I think they're going to have their mindset on dedicating this game to Al Davis and pick up the win over Phillip Rivers and the Chargers. Ryan Matthews, who was a Pro Bowler last year, is still going to be a game-time decision, but I don't think it will affect the outcome of this game.
Alright, I didn't mean for this to go on too long, but oh well. Next week is going to be a lot shorter, so come back next week to listen to our picks.